Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new FIFA 19 Ultimate Team player review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Frenchman who plays his football for Manchester United. No, it's not Paul Pogba. It is Anthony Martial. The 83 rated left winger is, well, I think looks like one of the better left-sided players in the Premier League, or even on the game itself. He's got 89 pace, he's got 86 dribbling, he's got 81 shooting, and well, 73 passing, 72 physical. Those two stats aren't necessarily, I don't think they look the greatest, but it's all about the pace, dribbling, and shooting for me. He's 6 foot tall, which is pretty tall for a winger. He's got medium work rates. He's right-footed on the left-hand side. He's only got a 3-star weak foot, but he does have 4-star skills. So instantly right off the bat, I can see a couple of things. One, I think the weak foot's probably going to be a problem. And two, I like the fact that he's right-footed on the left-hand side, cutting in, hitting those finesse shots. That's what he's going to be all about. So we can move on into the in-game stats now, his attribute details, and well, I mentioned it for Lucas the other day, but marksman seems to be a fantastic chemistry style for me right now. I didn't realise it gives boosts to every single one of the shooting stats, and it also gives +5 to agility and reactions and ball control and dribbling. It makes Martial turn into a complete and utter monster, I'm not going to lie. +5 on his strength as well, that's quite useful, getting him up to 80. +10 on the jumping's always going to be useful for those back post headers, but to get 92 finishing, to get 89 shot power, you know, we're now up to 85 long shots. Off the bat, he's got 84 curve. That's brilliant for the Frenchman. It's going to really help with those finesse shots that I mentioned earlier as well. So, a couple of different squad options then for the Man United player. We have a full-on French team. These seem to be super popular this year. I know that France is the route that I went down for my very initial starter team on my road to glory this year. It's pretty much what I do every year. I feel like there's a lot of great starter players, and a team like this, obviously, Martial is the most expensive player in the squad, so he is going to be your star in this squad, and then you can build around it. We've got others like Ousmane Dembele and Kondogbia in the team as well, but this full-on Prem team is what I actually used to get my clips with Martial today, and he plays as a left forward in a 4-3-2-1, so a little bit more narrow, and he's kind of like acting like a striker, playing alongside Player of the Month Lucas and also Wilfried Zaha, and I don't know, it's a really nice team. Davinson Sanchez as a centre-back, guys. Oh my god. And then Fred and Dembele in the midfield. Absolutely ridiculous players. I highly rate and recommend those to you guys if you didn't already know about them, which I'm sure you did if you've been playing a bunch of FIFA 19. So we can move on into all of the clips, so you'll see some of the stuff that did go in, some of the stuff that didn't go in, and we can talk about positives and negatives along the way. We will, of course, start with the negatives. Firstly, stamina is bang average for a player like this. I was hoping it would be a bit better. You know, he's a youngster. I don't see why he would have average stamina. Maybe it's a lack of game time or something. I don't know. But yeah, he's got average stamina. It's just the last 15 minutes of the game or so, you might not get the best out of your Martial. The other thing I don't really like is that weak foot. I figured it was going to be a problem when I looked at it earlier, and a lot of people know that Martial's right-footed. They know he's going to cut inside, so they do try and keep you out on that left foot, and I've just seen a few shots go awry, and go over the bar, you know, get easily saved by the goalkeeper, that sort of thing. But those are the only two things that I don't really like about him. Other than that, he's kind of crazy. Now, I guess there's one thing that I could add to the negatives there before we move on to everything that's great about him, and it's sort of like, I guess, kind of an end review, but I wanted to review Martial to see how he compared to someone like Heung-min Son. I still think Heung-min Son is better. So if any of you were wondering, like, who's better, Son or Martial, which one of those awesome Premier League wingers do I stick in that left spot for my team? I would still recommend Heung-min Son, and I feel like there's reason why he's got a higher price tag than Martial does. So that's my thoughts on that. We can now talk about the things that I really like about this player, because he's super meta, super usable, and I can see a lot of people using him in the competitive modes on FIFA. Pace is great. We're talking acceleration, sprint speed, off the ball, making those runs and stuff. I can't complain about it. And agility and balance is also fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. When he's moving on the ball, when he's got the ball at his feet, it's brilliant. He's super agile, gets up and takes those bicycle kick volleys, which are super OP on this game, of course, but he does them incredibly well. You'll see a couple of goals going throughout the video here where I'm absolutely banging in bices with Anthony Martial. He's very, very good at it. Dribbling and skills, brilliant. 4-star skill moves are obviously nice and useful. Strength is another area of his game which actually takes him to the next level. So that's something that Heung-min Son doesn't actually have. I feel like he's better in front of goal and stuff, but Martial does have the fact that he's 6 foot tall and the fact that he's got like 80 strength with our chem style. So he's able to hold people off a little bit better than quite a lot of wingers are. And then finally, that curve, I mentioned it earlier. I mean, it's just fantastic. The finesse shots you can take with this guy, I would recommend cutting inside from the left, hitting a green, perfectly timed finesse, and you will just see so many goals flying in the back of the net with Martial. It's unreal. And that obviously leads to the final positive here, which is just all about his shooting. Even the long shots, even the powerful shots, the volleys, like I've mentioned earlier. In front of goal, one-on-one, he seems to be able to finish really nicely too. Nothing but positive things to say about Martial, apart from, I guess, I still think Son is a little bit better. But I know he's a very popular player on this game, so you guys would want to know about him. If you're sort of questioning whether or not he's worth the coinage, I definitely think he is, and I feel like he's going to be used a lot on this game as always. So there you go, guys. Smash a like on the video if you did enjoy it, if you found it useful, and of course don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here for more FIFA 19 Ultimate Team content. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.